Hi guys and welcome. I'm Buddy 1927 and this is Medieval Engineers, and in this episode we're going to take a look at the 3 mil engineer place. So stick around. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, then hit that bell so that way you know when the latest videos that I do. Follow me on Twitter and on my Facebook. The link is down below. And as always, have fun watching. Hi guys and welcome back. I'm Buddy 1927 and this is the old engineer's place. You can see now that it is empty and I've got to figure out what I'm going to end up using this building for. So let me show you the 3 mil engineering place, and here it is. This is 1 mil. There's the other mill. Of course, I got a lot of logs. I got a lot of clearing I still have to do. And here's the 3rd mill. We got 3 mills in this building. Plus, you can see I got a lot of storage here. Oh, there's something I did forget to do. No, I'll fix that later. If I can remember the key bindings. Okay. This is the entrance. This is where you can bring the cart up and unload and that. We've got our personal flag over here on the left and our guild flag on the right. We got lots of logs right now. I still got to do some modifications. I got some stone over here, but let's take a tour of this building. This is the engineer section. We got some large chests here for miscellaneous places. We got our weaving crafting area right here. We have down this row, we have nothing but stone for this section. This log here is so I can take timber and craft sticks if I run out of sticks. This is our timber on this section. All the way at the end we got some round timbers. We got our kiln here for crafting our jars and other items. This is our logs all the way down here. I'll show you that here. I'll come back to that door here in a second. We have our storage crates, and I'm using storage crates instead of large chests around here because these are basically items that we're going to be keeping in bulk, and you can actually store more in the storage crates than you can in the large chests. Not much more, but a little more. Everything helps. So this is our metal section, and I got to add 2 more up top here. Once I find some gold and silver, we'll put 2 more crates up top here. We got our crafting table. We have our forge. We have our furnace. We got containers for the ores to smelt. Crates here for planks, sticks, flax, wheat, dirt, extra pumpkins. Our deer section, which has our regular hides, our tanning hides, our antlers, and our leather strips. We've got a thing for skulls. back here we got our, oops, did not mean to hit that button. Okay, we have our banner workstation here. We got a tan or deer hide tanner. At top of here we just have a catwalk, which I still gotta finish off. I gotta put railings and stuff like that, but this gives you an overview of that. And what I am thinking about doing later on, I don't know why I'm crouching. Why am I crouching? What I am thinking about doing later on, I'm going to have to go up. I don't know. I might be able to get away with it. I'm thinking about putting a second floor, but I got to add supports and stuff like that. I just haven't figured out what I'm going to do. But we can look down the chimney. Yes, we can. Ha ha ha. We do have a vast clay tile ceiling here. Okay, let's take a look at the mill. And the mill this looks like an old mill house. And I'm telling you that this because I lived in a town that had an old mill. Just like this, an old windmills, and it was actually like this. It had 3 different windmills, and they had catwalks all over the place. And the 3 mills did 3 different things. So here, this mill is our flour and oil making. This is our grist mill. Okay, and one of the things that I did is I used a let's go to number 3. I used the vertical mechanical split up and out. Now each mill, because I had two things going here, each mill I added the mechanical switch block. The reason behind that is because I got 2 mills. I got my coarse mill on this side, which makes my flour, and I got my smooth mill, which makes my oil, my linseed oil, and other things. But that's what it makes right now. If I'm running both of them at the same time, and especially this mill, if I'm running both of them at the same time, this actually stops working. Because the way I had to do it is the grist mill, only way you can access it is from the top. So you had to put it there. So I put that splitter down here, and then I put the switch there. Then I put a vertical. What is this thing? A frame vertical mechanical joint down to get to the top of that, and that's that. Now I could have built this one. Could have built this up one and then split it down and go like that for each one. But since I already had this place and they're all the same level, I decided let's go ahead and take out 2 of my blocks and put some steps down here. You can get access to it and stuff like that. Now, since I have these mechanical switches, there's something I have to tell you about these mechanical switches. Before you don't put your material into the let me go ahead and take that out while I'm thinking about it. Don't put your materials into the thing, then turn it on. For some reason there's a glitch right now, and it won't grind, it won't cut, it won't do anything. So what you gotta do is turn it, flip it on, then put your materials that you want in, and then it will process your materials. The reason why I put switches on I did this on all my mills, is because this one if I had both of them running, it would just stop. But if I turn them both off and just turn on one at a time, it works. Okay. Now let's get to our sawmill. Now you saw me build this in the last video, and I kind of moved it over. I also kind of expanded the foundation. It's the same foundation, and I just expanded the foundation. I think well, no, this way. I went out 2 more blocks, and I moved the mill. After I built it, I turned around and moved the mill and centered it in the. This is the center of this thing. And if you look straight up, yep, we're right in the center. This is in the center. And because I added the 2 mechanical blocks to this, the reason behind that is, yes, when I built this mill, both saws were operating, but very slowly. I put the mechanical switches on there. If I turn one off and one on, it operates at the normal speed. If I turn both of them on, it operates at half speed. So that's the reason why I put these mechanical switches on, to actually help speed up the process. Okay, and this is supposed to be wood storage. I kind of used it all up building all this stuff, and this thing has become a saver. This is a chest with different blades. This is I'll make some extra ones because you gotta replace these parts here, and I'll make a whole bunch here and just store them in there, so when I need a new part, the new milling stone or the new blades or a new roller for the crusher, I can just grab one, boom, it's done. That way I don't have to go back and forth. That's supposed to be a log storage place, so you have your logs and go from there. Now this is my crusher. Of course, it's on there. It's on a splitter, and I can add a second crusher if I wanted to. I have room to do that. All I have to do is just remove that, put another switch there, and put another crusher there. But I kept this one open for right now and didn't add anything because I only need one crusher. Unless I got a bunch of stuff I need to do, because this ore crusher crushes stacks of 5. You gotta have stacks of 5 on this, but it crushes 6, where the hand crusher was only crushing 3, so it's double the production, and you actually get more crushed ore out of it on the automatic crusher than you do on the hand crank crusher. You get like, I think get 2 or 4 new bags. I forget. I did calculate it. I completely forgot to write it down, and I screwed up. But I keep this on. I keep this off. I do have a switch on here, so in case they added another tool, something like that, I can add it onto this one. I got one open space, and I don't have to redesign everything. I can just add this on, just move that out of here, and just bring the logs in myself. Now I did build a catwalk, and let me show you the catwalk. Now this catwalk here allows the engineer to, on all these on all the mills, to access and check the working parts of the mill itself. As you can see down here, I can check everything, and the same thing on all these, you know. Yeah, there's nothing here. This one I put a walkway on. I kind of screwed up. I gotta fix that. But you can access, and you can access all the parts and stuff like that. You can take a look down below. You can see. Oh, this must be on. Okay, I left it on. And when both of them are off, this actually spins faster. But I put safety railings here for safety and stuff like that. Let's go. And I got these. It's the same thing on this one. Same thing on this one. I got this catwalk, so later on, if I decide to change things and stuff like that. Now we're at the top, and I did go up one more. And I put a door at each one of these mills that open up, so that way the engineer can come out here, and if the blades need repaired or something like that, they have access to the blades. As you can see, I can't walk out because the blades are out there, but if somehow they got damaged, I can come up here and repair them. And all three of them have the doors. And I just built another one up, so that way the roof would be above the blades. So I just added another wall up, and I added a catwalk, mainly for decorations and stuff like that. So that's our mill. Now, you might ask, of course I gotta crouch, get down these stairs each time. Get down there. Okay. In each mill, I can go behind, so I have actually 360 degrees of access to each mill. Here I got some, these are baskets for ore, and the parts I need for that. Okay. Now, let me show you the last part. The basement of this place. Because this is the main level, so I put a trapdoor so we can walk around and stuff like that. And this is downstairs. This is actually the engineer's shop. You got his schematic, or his research table, and he has a chair there that he can sit down and do his research on. Here he has this display of shields, his rack of weapons and tools, shelf with parts that he can make, crossbows. He can do taxidermy with the deer heads, and he has a botany. This is from the botany mod, where he has a botany table that he can make different plants and stuff like that, vines, which I'm going to see if I can make vines, put it on this building. He can also make the seeds and stuff like that. There's another mod to make berry seeds, which I did do. So that's what this section is. Let's go to the next section, which has a door. This is his dining table. So, oh yeah. Nope, yeah. This is a shop, yeah. I'm sorry. My mind got distracted there. I have a chandelier above the dining table. I centered it as best as I could. This table sits 6, so if he has guests and company, stuff like that. This is his kitchen. We got the storage crates for the food. We got flour, pumpkins, berries, mushrooms, roots, herbs, cabbage, and this is supposed to be for deer meat, but I ran out. We have a bread. This is a decoration here. We have a bread for the oven, so when I'm baking bread, I can bread paddle. That's the word I'm thinking of. So I use the paddle to get the bread in and out of the oven, so I don't burn myself. Yeah, right. It's just decoration. I got some logs, so it looks like that's what we're using for fuel. Stack log. I do have this tripod bonfire, which has the kettle. Now this thing actually crafts some different foods, some of the basic foods, like roast meat, mushroom soup, salads, shroom steaks, and then it makes roots with shrooms, which requires roots, shrooms, and herbs. It makes 4 different new items. This is actually root broth you can make. You can make boiled cabbage, and you can make porridge on this item. Of course, we got our oven, which cooks our goulash, which you only can cook in goulash. You can only cook your bread in here. Then you got the roasted meat, the mushroom soup, salad, shroom steak, and roots with shrooms. So, get that here. And we got our crates. So, this is our dining room. That's our kitchen. I put the arches here. The reason why I got these arches here does 2 things. It provides a wall, so you got your kitchen and your dining room, plus it also gives support for the floors there. I got a wall here and a wall here, and this is for supports. I got these arches here, and I put this pillar here. That's for the support for the second, for the main floor. Here we got our entrance to the living quarters. Again, these are supports for the second floor and stuff like that. And this is benches for his guests to sit on. A decoration of a hide stretcher being stretched. We've got our bookcase so you can read. And actually, I'm going to move the maps down here. His prize deer head. And he actually has a lordy throne, excuse me. A lordy throne. This is where he sits down and reads and does all that stuff there. So that's where that is. That's why this is his living room, place where he can just sit down, relax, read. He has light and stuff like that. You know, this is medieval times. This isn't now where you have cushy stuff. They were cushy. And this is the bedroom. We've got a great view of the log pile. We have his bed. On each side has a deer hide. And in front of his wardrobe, he has a deer hide. So when he gets up in the morning, he has a place to put his nice warm He has a place to put his feet on that's nice and warm instead of the cold floor. Of course, he has this dresser, and this is his claim bed. So, that's the tour. Let's go back outside. Okay, let's close, let's close. And the reason why the trapdoor instead of a nice entrance and stuff like that is so he can work and stuff like this. Remember, he lives where he works. So, that's a tour of the 3 mills and engineer's shop. Let's go over here. Take a look at it from here. So, I'm sorry it's nighttime. This looks a lot better during the daytime. And now here you see I put rounded on the corners. I put rounded things. Of course, I'm using tile, and I did use rounded roof and a roof end cap. I have deer that get trapped in this hole. I gotta put something down, put something around it, because sometimes I walk into that. But that's got our marketplace. We got our 3 mills. Got a walkway behind that. But we got a place for our 3 mills. I'm thinking maybe enclose that second floor, but I gotta put supports and stuff like that. And this is the back half. Yes, the mill part is higher because the mills themselves are 5-story high, plus the blade actually makes it the windmill itself actually makes it 6 stories high, so that's why there's a difference between those two. I could have used rounded corners here, but I decided to go with a square. I might change it. Who knows? If you think I should go ahead with the rounded, it might look a little bit better. You won't have that peak there, but let me know. You got, oh yeah, this here is my a primitive charcoal burner. This is one of the mods I found, and this actually makes more charcoal out of planks. You know, one plank, it makes about 30, yeah, about 30, it's either 30 or 45 charcoal out of one plank, compared to a log that only makes a couple. This actually makes more charcoal, and since I use a lot of charcoal for the furnaces, the kiln, the ovens down below, and I need to make some more because I'm only down to 45. Let me go ahead and make that. So we need some planks. Let's just grab a stack of planks. And I'll show you how that thing works. Let's just grab this. Grab this stack here. Got the charcoal in this? Oh, I need fuel. And I thought I filled it up, so we're going to grab the rest of our charcoal. So we've got 15 planks here. Pour our charcoal in. I don't know why it didn't go down here. Okay. So we've got 15 planks. So let's go ahead and craft some charcoal. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Create 6. I'm sorry. Create 6 out of 1 plank, and create 6 out of 1 log in the furnace. So actually, because I have the sawmill, 1 log actually creates 45. I'm sorry, guys. Actually creates 45 planks. So I end up making more charcoal by using this primitive charcoal burner than I do using the furnace using a log. So that's why I'm using this. Because let's take a look. Yeah. What do I need to make charcoal? You gotta use a log. So, oh, wait a minute. Was it just a log? Log or palm tree logs? Okay. Let's grab a log. We got a log here. Just 1 log. Remember, you make 45 planks out of 1 log in the sawmill. And let's put 1 log in and burn that. And we'll see how many. So we make 6 out of 1 plank. And you make 3 out of 1 log. So guys, do the math. You make a lot more. You make a lot more out of here, and it has this nice effect. It makes the smoke for the charcoal burner. And we're almost done. We use 15 planks now for this, guys. Remember that. Use 15 planks. Got 1 more. And we'll dose that out. You guys can do the math. So we got 30, 60, 75, 60, 90 out of 15. So 90 times 3. Do the math. You make a heck of a lot more charcoal out of this than you do. Oop, time to eat. Than you do out of out of the furnace. And since I use a lot of charcoal, I still gotta fill this up. But now we're up to 93, and we started off with 0 in here, so I made 3 there and 90 over there. So do the math, guys. That's one of the add-ons. So that's my 3 mil. I apologize for it being dark. There we go. That's as big as I can get it. But that's the mill. That's the 3 mills. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you got any suggestions, comments, just leave them down below. I would love to have comments or suggestions. I'm so new to the game. This is my first big building I built. And like I said, I'm so new to the game, trying to figure out how everything works. I figured out the mills and got the 3 mills working. I'm actually thinking about putting this up as a blueprint in the workshop for things as soon as I figure out how to do a blueprint. So be on the lookout for that. I'll add this video to it. So I'd like to thank you all for watching and taking the time to watch this video. And thank you to all my new subscribers and my old subscribers for hanging in with me. And tell your friends and help this channel grow. I'd like to thank you again for watching and have a great day.